Good morning. It's 6:23 in the a.m. Temperature outside 37 degrees. Hope everybody's having a pleasant day. All praise and glory to the mighty Most High, our Creator, who's one God. There's none like Him. Give Him praise. He is worthy of it. Seriously, the Creator is worthy of it, folks. Okay, you got to understand that. This channel here has broken the code to 666, as you can see. I have many videos that cover what 666 is. Every day I'm looking for new 666 numbers. I'm looking for new equations. I'm looking for new people. Now, I've always known that they equated 666 to Nero, but I argue that it has nothing to do with Nero, Caesar. Not that his name didn't come up to 666, but what you got to understand is this is a beast system. So there are lots of people's names that come up to this digit right here. Okay? Where did 666 originate from? Preterist theologians typically support the interpretation that 666 is the numerical equivalent of the name and title Nero Caesar, Roman Emperor, 54 through 68 AD. Written in Aramaic, this can be valued at 666 using the Hebrew numerology of gematria, and was used to secretly speak against the emperor. Okay, and they tell you that 666 is when you're doing gematria, that gematria is evil. But you got to understand, on this plane of existence, mankind believes everything is done through math. Okay, let me be very clear. Nothing, when the Creator created everything, He didn't take out a tape measure, okay? He didn't measure the bounds of the earth or any of that stuff. He didn't weigh the weights of the water. None of that occurred, okay? So, when we look at this stuff here, 666, I'm telling people we live in duality, okay? The significance of the angel number 666. So now we have an angel number that's 666, and 666 is supposed to mean balance and harmony. Remember, duality, you'll find something here that is completely different from what we're reading right now. The number 6 is associated with balance, harmony, and nurturing. When you encounter angel number 666, it often serves as a reminder to maintain harmony in all aspects of your life, including your thoughts, emotions, and actions. Now, if we scroll down here a little bit further, it tells you that the number of the beast, 666. So a beast is 666. So if we put these two parables together, or whatever this is, we put this together, what's being called an angel, okay? And then you have this here where, give me one second, the number of the beast here, 666. The beast is 666. That's confirmed here. Revelations 13:18, Bible Hub. Okay, let the one with insight calculate the number of the beast, for it's the number of a man, and his number 666. Okay? So the beast here is a man, okay? And it's the man's number that is 666. The Pope Francis in the Providence of Jerusalem today, or Israel today, at the Vatican, his name also adds up to 666. Nero's name adds up to 666, but it's much deeper than that. So I've been talking about this parable for about almost 4 years. There's a channel that I listened to, and he brought me into the reality of two creation stories. And if you can understand, the most valuable thing to get out of the Bible is that there are two creations. This beast here, this man that was created on the 6th day of creation, wants you to believe that we're all one human race, which we're not one human race, folks, okay? This movie here, The Omen, you see this 666 here? Okay, well, this kid here is Damien, okay? And this is his mother. This is an old movie. And when I watched this when I was a kid, it was a pretty freaky, scary movie, The Omen, all right? So this kid, Damien, he kills his mother, all right? And the nurse, or not the nurse, but one of the people that are taking care of Damien as a housemaid is an evil wench herself. She's the one that almost has power over Damien. And there's a scene where the camera comes over the top of Damien's head. He's riding a tricycle down the hallway, and his mother's changing a light bulb, reaching over the balcony. And the light is just out of almost, she can reach it, but she's on her tippy toes on a chair leaning over a balcony. And then the kid Damien comes riding his tricycle down the hallway. Because it's a big ass house, man. The balcony goes all the way around the house like a track, like a quarter-mile track, maybe a little smaller, of course. And he's riding his tricycle, and he runs his tricycle into the chair that his mother's leaning on. His mother falls off of the chair. She lands on the floor, naturally busts her head open. They show all kinds of blood and everything. And then the camera zooms over Damien's head as they're looking over the balcony, right? Because that's how the camera comes over to Damien and then over the top of his head. And then he has this number here. And this is how Satan has tricked you, okay? Satan wants you to believe in this parable here that it's one man, but you got to understand that it's a system of man. It's mankind that's created on the sixth day. This is what 666 has to deal with. It all has to deal with the sixth day of creation. So exactly what are these people singing about? Everything that I'm going to share with you today is about the 666 system. Genesis chapter 1 verse 25, Bible Hub. Right here in your face. God made the beasts of the earth according to their kinds. Revelations, that the one who has insight. Insight is the mind, okay? It's the intellect. And let me be very clear with you that the mind is not the flesh. The mind is spirit. The brain is flesh. So it takes intellect, and that intellect can only come from the supreme spirit of truth. It's the only way that you can find the truth is hitting your knees and calling on the truth so the truth may be set upon you. And it takes the insight to calculate the number of the beast. The number of the beast is the very first time that beast is used in the Bible. God made the beast of the earth according to their kinds. This God here is Elohim, and Elohim is a plural of Eloah. Plural's definition is many, and you have the word man in many, and this is God's, G-O-D-S, in the ordinary sense, but specifically used. This God here that you're looking at, that made the beast of the field, is used of the supreme creator. You see that? It's being used. So what does that mean? It means that the supreme creator used something to create a 666 host system. Now, I want you to notice on the song, see, look at this. They're showing you a bunch of beasts, right? And the first one that they show you is a man. Boom. That's your beast right there. So, looking here, this is Genesis 1:27, NIV. So, God created mankind in his own image. Mankind and image are crucial to understand in this reality, in this seeking of truth. Image and mankind are huge in the creation story and understanding what's going on. And this hand here kind of looks like it's coming from a grave, but yet you can see that like all the stars, Milky Way, are within inside the hand. But looking at the word mankind, when you add the total sum of the word mankind, it comes to 66. Mankind is the one that's created on the sixth day of creation. Right here, Genesis 1:26. God said, let us make man in our image and after our likeness, to rule over the fish in the sea, the birds in the air, over the cattle of the land, and over all the earth itself, and every creature that crawls upon it. So God, this God again, understanding this is plural, Elohim. Elohim are gods in the ordinary sense. So when the Spirit, the Creator, says here, Exodus chapter 20, verse 4, Bible Hub, putting it together for you, man. This is classic information. You're never going to hear any of this from any minister ever again. The code has been broken. Don't turn away from this lesson. Learn it. Learn this lesson and share it with others. You shall not make for yourself an idol in the form of anything in heaven above, on the earth below, or the waters beneath. You shall not make for yourself an idol. Okay? An idol. Well, why is this important? Because this man that's created in an image, I told you we were going to get to it, is a phantom. Look at the word image. It says, I'm a mage. And this is why the one that's created in an image is an illusion. It's a phantom. It's to shade our light, our souls, in a skin suit, captured, encapsulated by flesh, trapped in our psyche, the brain. We need to get back to the mind, the supreme creator. After our likeness, to rule over the fish. This one's created in an image. Okay, 6754, Besalamil. And from an unused root meaning to shade in skin, a phantom, which is a ghost, an illusion, which is a false impression of reality, a resemblance, hence a resemblance is carbon, hence a representative figure, especially an idol. So this man that's created in an image on the sixth day of creation created himself, look, himself, a male and female. This God, which is used of the supreme God, because the supreme God tells us we're not to worship any graven images. So he created an energy force and gave this energy force great authority, great power. So much power, the ability that this God here, which is being used of the supreme creator, is the one that created this reality. How can I prove that? Right here. Revelations chapter 22:13, Bible Hub. Breaking it all down for you. This is telling you that Jesus is the one that's in the beginning right here. Jesus is coming. Behold, I'm coming soon, and my reward is with me to give each one according to what they've done. So that sounds to me like a judgment. It sounds to me like if you're loving, kind, and tender, then you're probably going to find a love and kind and tender life after. But if you are horrid, you are a rapist and a murderer and shot out and you extorted and you robbed and you stole from the masses and you manipulated and you did everything, then all that's going to come upon you, and you will be murdered and you will be raped and you will be tortured and you will receive exactly what it is that you gave in this life. And that's what Jesus is saying. I am the Alpha, which is the Aleph. It's the first letter of the alphabet, the Hebrew alphabet. The Alpha is the first letter of the Hebrew alphabet. The Omega is the last letter of the Greek alphabet in finality. But what's odd about that is you have the Hebrew language here and the Greek language here. So what's it telling us? It's telling us that the Alpha is the Hebrew language, Omega is the Greek language, and these two languages have been intermingled with one another. And what you're looking at there in the providence of Israel today is a broken Hebrew dialect. It is not the true Hebrew dialect. It was stolen from you because you guys went into the towns of the Samaritans. You started following the pagan rituals of that which was created on the sixth day. It says that Jesus is the first. Well, what does this mean? Jesus is the first. It means this right here. 1 Colossians 1:15, Bible Hub. It means that the Son is the image of the invisible God. Again, Jesus is the image. Okay, I just showed you where God said you're not to worship any images, because an image is a likeness, right? An image over here is an idol. Okay? Jesus is an idol. The Son is the image of the invisible God. Firstborn. That's what it means right here. Revelations. I am the first. Jesus is the firstborn. That's exactly what the parable means. He's born right here in Genesis. So God created mankind in his own image. This God, Jesus, you could say, created himself in an image. But the Supreme Spirit, the Creator, is saying, you shall make for yourself no graven images. Over here. Okay, you shall not make for yourself an image. Jesus is the image. Okay? You must not make for yourself an idol. Jesus is an idol. He's the one that's created in an image of God, and an image of God is a phantom. A phantom is a ghost, which is the spirit of the dead. It's an illusion.
After me, 6, 6, 6 is the number of the beast.
Now, if you notice in all these songs, what are they saying? 6, 6, 6 is the number of the beast. Well, I'm trying to bring it to your awareness that the beast here is a man. Okay? The beast is a man. You see, because when the serpent comes into the garden, when you look up the definition of serpent, it tells us right here, it's a wily, treacherous, or malicious person. So we have been mind screwed into believing that the serpent is a snake. Kind of like the same way we are screwed about Santa Claus, teaching our children that Santa Claus is real. And then the reality of that, what you believed in all your life as a young child, is ripped from you. It makes it harder for you to believe in God when you do stuff like that. So the serpent was a wily, treacherous, or malicious person, the one that was created on the sixth day of creation in his own image. This God that was given power created himself, a male and female. What am I saying? One man is being created here. It's not God created him and her in his own image. God created him properly self, male and female. This is not the same creation as this one here in Genesis chapter 2, verse 7, Bible Hub. You see, here's where your things start getting funky and stuff. Then the Lord God formed man. The Lord is the self-existing eternal creator. So I guess in a sense, though I don't call on a Lord, I call on the Spirit of truth. Okay? And the reason why I'm scared of the word Lord is because the word Lord is Yahweh. And when I read the Bible of the Old Testament about Yahweh, that God Yahweh seems to be like a pretty nasty God. Not anything that I would worship. I worship the Spirit. See, Yahweh here is a God that is used, but they say that it's the proper name of God of Israel, but those in the province of Jerusalem today call him Jehovah.
Feel the breath inside your body, warm and free. If you want to close your eyes and count to 3, know that you are perfect how you are. Need a halo or a heart. Say this mantra after me. 6, 6, 6 is the number of the beast.
Am I making any sense for you? So Jesus is the first. He was the firstborn in Colossians that I showed you. Jesus is the firstborn over all creation. What is the last? If you were to equate this with something, what does it mean when Jesus is the last? It means that he was the Last Supper. It means that he's the firstborn and that he's the Last Supper. Jesus is the beginning. What's the beginning? The beginning is the very beginning. Genesis chapter 1, verse 1, Bible Hub. In the beginning. You see, this God again is Elohim. And Elohim is a plural of Eloah, which is a gods in the ordinary sense, but specifically used. This God was allowed great power and was used of the supreme creator, the spirit of truth, the omnipotent force that moves all things in place. Jesus is the beginning right here. Okay? That's it. I can't put it any more clear for you. It's telling you, I'm the beginning. When is the beginning? It's the very first parable of the Bible. In the beginning, God, Jesus, created the heaven and the earth. God, this God that's used of the supreme spirit of truth, the omnipotent force that moves all things in place, allowed this God here to create a beginning. And what is a beginning? A beginning is time, right? It's a commencement of time. Time, order, or rank. Okay? Time is made up of what? 60 seconds, 60 minutes, 24 hours in a day, 2 plus 4 is 6. That is 666. Jesus is the beginning. Okay? I'm just pointing out what the scriptures are telling you. Jesus says, I am the beginning and I am the end. Well, what's the end? The end is the book of Revelations. It's the beginning is Genesis 1:1, and the end is the last parable in the book of Revelations. Jesus is the beginning, Genesis 1:1. Jesus is the end, the last book of Revelations. Very simple to understand. Nobody's going to break this down for you the way that I just did. So now you understand. Also, one more for you here. John chapter 1, verse 1, Bible Hub. Jesus is the beginning here. In the beginning is the Word, and the Word is an epithet to Jesus. In the beginning, again, is a commencement of time, or chief. Okay? Jesus is the beginning. You got to understand that the beginning means the beginning of the fall. That's exactly what the beginning means. Genesis 1:1 is the beginning of the fall. In this plane of existence that was being created, the materialized world, which is centropy, the electrification of the materialized world. So now, when you take the word here, you can see it said 1, 2, 3 times. The word is said 3 times in the parable. When you add the total sum of the word, it comes to 60. 6 plus 0 is 6. And the word said 3 times is 666. Jesus is the one that is 666, folks. Okay? All the other names that equate, I'm teaching you that we live in a system that was developed and designed by men.
Six is hanging the door. What kind of shit to ignore? I've cut the cloth.
So it's very clear, it's very plain, it's right in front of your face. 666 is the number of the beast, okay, which is the number of a man, and it's the man's number that is 666. That man that's created on the 6th day of creation is 666. Can't break it down for you any easier. And we're going to close out with one of my favorite 666 songs. So I'm going to play a clip for this song on here. Notice, again, 666, the number of the beast. Let me show you something now. Okay, I can't play this because they'll block my video. They used to let me play this song, the whole fucking song, but now they don't let me use it at all. I have to do it in clips. So hold on.
My mind was blank. I needed time to think, to get the memories from my mind. Can I believe that what I saw that night was real and not just fantasy? What I saw in my old dream were the reflections of my Walkman staring back at me. 'Cause in my dreams, it's always there. The evil voice that twists my mind and brings me to despair.
So right there in your face, 666, the one for you and me. Face it, folks, it's us. We're the beast. Okay? And the faster you swallow that truth, the quicker you'll be able to resume your connection with the spirit of truth. It's imperative for your life, for your soul, to repent to the supreme creator who moves all things in place. Don't worship anything that's a man, whether it be a Hindu god, whether it be a Buddha god, whether it be Jesus Christ, whether it be Jacob, Abraham, or Isaac, or anyone. You are not to worship or place anything before the Spirit. Those that are created on the sixth day are mankind, and they want you to worship them. It's that simple, folks. 666, the one for you and me. That's all I can say, folks. I hope this helps you. This is for all the new subscribers. I hope you enjoyed it. This is White Raptor News Ministries.